Good morning, everyone. My name is Michael D. George on this wonderful last day of December 1st, 2025. Where does the time go? We are already in the month of December. And as I've shared in these videos, 2025 has been a year like I've never had before. And today I want to say on this Victory Monday for my Buffalo Bills as they defeated the Steelers yesterday 26-7. It was not the prettiest game I've ever seen in my life. As a matter of fact, the first half was quite ugly. I almost felt like falling asleep. But they came out in the second half, got a defensive touchdown, and then ended up pulling away and winning by 19. And I emailed my good friend, Pastor Bob Cadola, who's a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And I told him how great church was, but also that the Steelers stink. He just responded back, they stunk for sure. And so I had to get that little jab in to you, Pastor Bob. You know I love you. And one of the reasons why I love you is that he has been so good to me, and he's given me these two books, the Just Like Jesus book that I have already read. And he's also given me this daily gospel devotional book, The New Morning Mercies. And I read every day, whatever day that goes by. And I'll read an excerpt from today, December 1st. And it basically says, you have one place of hope, security, and rest. And it's found in these words, God is love. And no doubt going to the church, I have not only found God, but I found love. And I found love for people that I had never met previously. And yesterday I went to the baptism class. It was great. And December 14th is coming up fast, 13 days away. It's like a gigantic clock for me. I just tick down the days until it comes. And yesterday was a great day at Greece Assembly of God Church. And later this week, I will post a video talking about how good church was on Sunday. But today, my video is not about that. My video today is about my brother, Joseph Amico. I haven't always had the greatest relationship with my brother. As a matter of fact, I've never had much of a relationship with him. He was born on November 7th, 1971. And pretty much right from the start, I didn't get along with him. When I was little, he had a guitar that was signed by Randy Rhoads, a famous guitar player in the 80s. And he would play it right in my face. And when you're 4, 5, 6 years old and you have a guitar playing right in your ears and your face, it's a very uncomfortable feeling. And he would do it just to be cruel. And he would do a lot of things to me just to be cruel, just because he could. And all I ever wanted for him was for him to be my brother, to love me, support me, even just say hi. That was hard for him to do. And one of the days that really made me not like him was a day that should have been a very celebratory day for me, but ended up not being at all. And that was the night of Game 6 in the 1986 World Series. It's a very famous baseball game between the New York Mets, who are my favorite team, and the Boston Red Sox. At the time, the Red Sox were up 3-2 in the series and were 1 out away from clinching the series. An outfielder named Dave Henderson hit a home run in the top of the 10th inning, and Boston was up. And it was so matter of fact that on the Shea Stadium scoreboard, they said, "Congratulations, Boston Red Sox, 1986 World Series champions." The Mets were down to their final strike. But then something happened. The Mets got 3 straight hits, and then one of the most famous plays in baseball history happened. Mookie Wilson, Mets outfielder, hit a chopper down the first base line. It went through Bill Buckner's legs, went into right field. Ray Knight ran in to score, and the Mets ended up winning that game. And I remember Vin Scully's call like it was yesterday. "The ball gets through Buckner. Ray Knight runs around 30, scores, and the Mets win it. I was so happy. I was at the top of my bunk bed at 8 years old on a Friday night, jumping up and down at the top of my bed. And I was excited for about 30 seconds. And then my brother, who was on the bed below, decided he wanted to be cruel again. And he pushed me right off the bed. And luckily, I rotated such a way where I hit the bed and didn't hit the floor. Or who knows how an 8-year-old falling from that height hitting the floor would have been for me. But I always used to joke with my dad that that was my first wrestling bump, that I was able to rotate and hit the bed. It still hurt a little bit, but I was more shooken up because he would do that to me. And I cried. And obviously, when my parents heard the noise, my dad ran right into the room and he started cursing at my brother, and my brother cursed back at him. And eventually he slammed him against the wall like I've seen so many times. And all of a sudden, a day of celebration, a night of celebration, turned into a night that I hated. And it was all because my brother wanted to be cruel. He was cruel to my parents. He was definitely cruel to my sister, which is part of the reason why one day I came home from school at 9 years old, and I wanted to say hi to my sister Janine, and she was just gone. And I didn't see her for years after that. It was hard, and I blamed my brother for it. And so many times, the police would come over 20 Cameron Street, because my brother would do something stupid. And I pretty much thought my brother was out of my life. And then one day in 2007, I came home from work at Wegmans, and we were living on Jordan Avenue, which is not too far from where I live now. And my brother was in the driveway. And he was in the driveway with his wife at the time named Claire. And he told my mom and dad and me that he's got 2 kids now and that he's changed. Andrew and Anthony were their names. Andrew was 12 at the time, Anthony was 9. And we brought him into the house. And for the next several months, it wasn't easy. Claire was bipolar. She was made for him in a lot of ways. But I loved being an uncle. Andrew and Anthony would love to play wrestling video games with me. Andrew specifically loved to be Kane. Kane was a wrestler that he would go like this, and when he would put his arms down, the ring post fire would shoot from the ring post. And when he would hear that sound in the video game, he would love it. And he always wanted to be Kane. I always had to make sure that I lost to him, or he would cry. But that was okay. I just loved every day for those few months they came over and said, Uncle Mike, how you doing? And then January 2008 happened. My dad was done working at that point. And at Wegmans, I had Monday, Tuesday off in grocery. So I had the ability that if I took the Sunday off, I could have 3 days off. And late January, they weren't forcing at that point. So I was able to get tickets to go to the WWE Royal Rumble that year at Madison Square Garden, 2008. So my dad drove me to Madison Square Garden. He had done that on a couple of occasions. Those are my greatest days, driving with him, whether it was in a truck or in this case in a car, and just talking. So we saw the Royal Rumble. John Cena made his return months earlier than anticipated. He was number 30. He ended up winning the Royal Rumble. It was a very exciting day. And I was euphoric. But just like the Mets thing, my brother had to ruin that too. In this case, it wasn't 30 seconds. It was more like 6.5 to 7 hours. Because my dad drove home that night. We didn't even stay at a hotel. We just drove straight home. And it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and we're turning down Jordan Avenue, and we see flashing lights. We see cop cars. And they're at our house. Because my brother's wife shoved my mom to the ground early in the morning. And my mom called the cops on Joey and his wife. That was awful. That's the last time that I ever seen my brother. He had to ruin that day too. In subsequent years, my brother did a lot of bad things. He loved to threaten to kill people. He threatened to kill me one time. He threatened to kill my parents multiple times. One time, he found out where I lived, and he was right in our driveway. I believe it was 2019. I was upstairs taking a nap, getting ready to go to work. And my mom told me, stay upstairs. She pointed like this, and she was on the phone talking to him while he was in the driveway in the car. Told him that she was calling 911, and she wanted nothing to do with him anymore. He drove away. Now he's in a Nevada prison. He's threatened a Nevada judge. He's threatened people of authority in 2 different states. And I don't know when he's going to get out or if he's ever going to get out, quite frankly. But I thought about that now I'm a born-again Christian and that God's in my life now. And I'm a better person for it. So I want to say this, and to my sister Janine, I know I've shared videos with you, but you're not going to like what I'm about to do, and I apologize to you right up front. And to my parents, I apologize to you as well, because you probably won't agree with what I'm about to do. But to my brother Joseph Amico, I forgive you. I forgive you for all the pain that you've caused in my life. Because you're still my brother. And there's still a part of me that still loves you. And I just hope while you're in prison that you can have Jesus come into your life like he has for mine. Because Jesus can save anyone. He saved me, and he can definitely save you as well. So I prayed for you this morning. I've prayed for you the last several days. My dear friend Andrew Ciadella sent me a Greg Laurie episode a couple days ago about Joseph, in the Bible, Joseph, obviously. And in that episode, Greg Laurie talked about Joseph, and he also talked about forgiveness. And it really hit me hard. I sent Andrew Ciadella a couple pictures, a couple photos of my brother. They're not great photos at all. But I thought that's what a good Christian should do, is forgive. So Joey Amico, I forgive you for your sins. And I do love you, even though you never loved me. And I just hope you can find Jesus while you're in prison. Because I love people. I love animals. And I love you all. So like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you want. Because life is good. God is good. God bless you all. And thank you for listening.